My pleasure.
Well, mate, I was wondering if we could start off by going right back to the beginning. I was wondering if you could start off by telling us where your interest in drumming first came from.
Yeah, so, my dad is a drummer, was a drummer, but, had to sell, or basically stop playing drums, a year before I started. So, he never, officially taught me or anything, but I kind of had it naturally in my blood. And, my next door neighbor, his name was Frank, would always play drums with the garage door open, and one day I went over there, I was 10 years old. I was like, hey man, can you teach me something, whatever, and, he taught me something, I got hooked, and, saved my money for about a year, working around the neighborhood, doing random, odd jobs and things, and bought my first drum set when I was 11. It was $350 or something, and, yeah, I kind of started it, so it's been about 15 years.
Yeah, so you said that it was in your blood. Was there just a natural talent there? Did it just feel really, really natural the first time you sat down at a kit and started playing?
Yeah, there's a really, really basic, simple beat, and honestly is the beat you hear on the radio probably the most. But Frank taught me that, and I got it, and really, really fast, and it was just oh, this feels really good. It sounds cheesy, but it's almost what I was meant to do,
Yeah. So where did you go to from there? Did you teach yourself how to play, or did you actually go and seek out a teacher who could actually teach you some more intense kind of drumming and things like that?
Nope, I all self-taught. There was a period, basically I was just playing nonstop in my garage. Arizona heat is no joke. Anytime my parents were gone was my time to practice. And so I was just playing as much as I could. And when I got to high school, at 14 years old, I joined drumline marching band. And I did that for 3 semesters, and that's kind of where I learned how to do a lot of the control and the educational side, I suppose.
Yeah.
And I didn't even touch an actual drum set for about a year and a half.
Yeah.
And then I came back to it post-education with drumline, and I was like, oh, shit, there's a lot more to this than I knew about.
Yeah. What was it about drumming that made that what you wanted to do? Why not guitar, or why not vocals? What was it about drumming that really stood out to you and made you want to do that?
There's probably part of me that was because my dad did it.
Yeah.
That was just kind of, maybe there was always some sort of appeal that had never really surfaced or something, but to be honest, it was just one of those moments where it was just it just made sense, it just felt right. And I never anticipated making it a profession or a career, it just kind of happened.
Yeah. Who were the drummers that you looked up to? Were there certain bands or certain drummers that you looked up to at that point?
Yes, definitely. I always kind of pin it to 4 different bands way back then. Slipknot, As I Lay Dying, Under Oath, and System of a Down. Those are the bands that I was playing to in my garage for those first 3 years. Other bands, of course, too, but those 4 drummers really influenced me.
Yeah. Now, with your career to date so far, you uploaded some stuff to YouTube, and then your career just kind of took off with the Word Alive contacting you. Tell us a little bit about what made you decide to put your stuff up on YouTube, because there's still a lot of musicians here in Australia who are kind of skeptical about YouTube and aren't sure if it's the best thing to do. What would your advice be to them, and why did you decide to put your music up on YouTube to start with?
It's interesting to me that people would be skeptical about it at this point, because, I mean, shit, look at Justin Bieber, man.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
That's how he got discovered, and he's one of the biggest artists in the world, so. But, no, it was total accident. I was in this small, really small local band called Oceans Will Part when I was 15 years old. And the singer said, hey, man, you should upload a drum cover, a playthrough, essentially. One of our songs, put it on YouTube, and maybe people could hear more about our band. And I looking up drum covers. That's never really something I thought to do.
Yeah.
So I started Googling or YouTube searching, like my favorite drummers at that time, which were August Burns Red and Texas in July, two American metal bands. And I was looking at their people covering their music, and it was totally inaccurate, but they were getting so much praise, and I was so confused. So it kind of sparked this young fire in me. I think I was 16 when I uploaded my first cover, and I did an August Burns Red song, and I didn't expect even 100 views. I just did it, and I put it up, and all broken cymbals, really cheap gear, my friend standing on a stool in the corner of the room with like a camera, no mics, nothing professional at all. Like we woke up the next day and it had a few thousand views or something. We were really confused. Like we thought maybe it was like an error or I don't know what, And then it just kept going up and up and up. So I just kept uploading, and I just didn't realize at the time that I was starting kind of a movement of sorts. But I just kept with it, and it was my first video that hit 1 million views way back then was this video called Like a G6 by Far East Movement.
Yep.
I think I was 17 or something, and that one was one of the first ones that really put me on the map, and then the one that really sank the teeth in was Cinema by Skrillex.
Yeah.
That's how Live found me. That's my first really viral video. So that was when I was 18.
So what was that like when you got the call from Word Alive that they were interested in having you as their drummer? What was that moment like?
It was definitely great, especially they're an Arizona band. I'm born and raised in Arizona. So I already knew who they were. I'd listened to a lot of their music already. And it was cool because a day out of high school, I moved out to Silver Lake in Los Angeles, which is actually where I currently live now, which is crazy because I was almost a decade later. But I moved out here, and I played for this electronic pop group, this duo, and I played with them for about 2 months. They fired their drummer in Europe and asked me if I could do the European shows, so I did. And so I don't even think I was 18 yet at this point. And so I went to Europe, and I played with them. And I did that for about 8 months, like playing with them out, and eventually they had to stop. They had to go into the studio and do their next album. That's when the Word Alive approached me. Telly messaged me on Facebook, the singer, and he said, "Hey man, saw your Skrillex video. Really interested in having you try out for my band, the Word Alive. Give me a call." So we had a phone call, and that was that.
Yeah. Now, for a lot of people in Australia, you rose to attention last year when you worked with Jeremy Renner. Tell us a little bit about how that came about and what was he like to work with?
Yeah, Jeremy's awesome, man. He's a really, really fun character. Like, he's really inspiring as well. But basically, when I moved out to Hollywood Hills early 2018, and one of my two roommates, I guess, there's three of us total. His name was Eric Zane, and that's Zayne. Eric is an awesome songwriter, producer. Works with a lot of people, and he's really good friends with Jeremy Renner. And Jeremy was writing all this music with Eric. There's just them two, and I was on vacation, going to see family and friends back in Arizona, and Eric calls me. He's like, "Hey, man, what are you doing tomorrow?" I'm like, "Well, I'm in Arizona." And he's like, "Well, you need to come. I have this crazy opportunity." And basically, I ended up going back home early. It was 3 Jeep commercials that I was in, and I was also in his music video for Main Attraction, which is his debut music video as a singer.
Wow.
So it was definitely an insane experience. And we shut down Hollywood Boulevard, and it was wild.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your Australian tour. How excited are you about being able to come down to Australia for the first time and do this tour?
Well, I've been to Australia about 4 years ago with the Word Alive. I did a tour with Parkway Drive, and who else was it? Die Artist Murder, Memphis Mayfire, and that was a great time. This is going to be the first time as a solo artist for sure.
Yep.
And yeah, I'm definitely excited. And last time I went, I was just recovering from a broken foot, so I could barely walk, and I was still playing the shows on like, almost a broken foot. So this time I can actually walk around and be a human being. It's gonna be great.
So what can people expect from your solo shows? Like, what happens at your solo shows? What music will you be playing? And yeah, just what in general can people expect?
Well, I preach versatility with everything that I do. I think it's extremely important, especially in almost 2020. Everybody has an iPhone or some way of putting their material out there for the world almost immediately, right? So
yep.
I think it's very, very important to be versatile. So, gotta live by that, live by my advice. So what I like to do is I play original material that I did with Jason Richardson, which is really technical metal, very fast in your face, to K-pop, to trap, to EDM. I just play all sorts of different things that have completely different vibes. And I try to make the set dynamic rather than just like all on 100 all the time or the opposite, which would be boring, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just want to show people that first and foremost, drums can be actually extremely dynamic. Like, it's not always just loud, obnoxious in your face. You can be very musical with it. And then on top of that, I also want people to walk away feeling like they learned something, as well as they feel entertained. So at the end, I do like a big Q&A, and that always goes for quite some time. We do a meet and greet as well. So yeah.
Awesome. So you've got one spare day at least while you're in Australia. What are you looking to do away from the shows? Do you like to get out and explore the cities that you're in?
I love to explore. I just feel like I never have time to.
Yeah.
But I'm bringing some crew, so I should be able to kind of make that happen. Yeah, I have some recommendations from some friends. I have friends that have lived in a couple of the cities as well. So, but I remember from the last time, I really enjoyed the food. I'm definitely a carnivore at heart.
Yep.
Yeah, there's great food down there.
Definitely. So I guess to finish off, I'd love to ask, what would you like to say to your Australian fans before they go out and grab these tickets, seeing the shows are only a few days away now?
Yeah, just I'm very appreciative of all the support. Never thought that I would be coming there to do a solo tour and kind of picking up at the end. This will be the end of my solo tour of this year. So we did a bunch in Asia. We did a bunch in Europe, and just did the UK and Paris. So yeah, it's going to be great. Finish it off with a bang. I'm looking forward to the weather. It's going to be great.
Yeah, awesome, mate. Well, we cannot wait to see you here. Again, it's been an absolute honor talking to you, and thanks so much for talking to us this morning.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me, and looking forward to... are you guys coming to the show?
Yeah, in Melbourne, yep.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome. Well, mate, again...
next week or something.
Yeah, definitely, yeah, the 14th, yep. All right, mate. Yeah, well, thanks so much for that, and have a great night, and we'll see you when you're in Melbourne.
Awesome, man. Sounds good.
All right.
Take care.
See you then. All right, bye.